Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is Die Hard a Christmas movie? So at this time, I will issue a spoiler alert for the 1988 movie Die Hard. Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I've recently uploaded a video on Patreon about Christmas and mental health. I'll put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. One of the longest running debates centers on the 1988 action movie Die Hard featuring Bruce Willis. Some time ago I analyzed my 5 favorite movies in a video. Die Hard didn't technically make that list, but I did give it an honorable mention. It is certainly one of my favorite motion pictures. The movie tells the story of a New York City police officer named John McClane, played by Bruce Willis, who flies out to Los Angeles to visit his wife, who moved out there for her job. Their relationship is strained, and she appears to be drifting away from him. The movie takes place on Christmas Eve. That same night, his wife's employer is throwing a holiday party at the Nakatomi Plaza. A group of terrorists make entry into the building. They take the employees hostage, but John McClane manages to slip away. Fortunately for him, he is carrying his Beretta 92, a 9mm semi-automatic pistol. McClane battles against the terrorists, killing several of them, until he ultimately defeats their leader, Hans Gruber, played by Alan Rickman. So is this motion picture a Christmas movie? I think it is, and I have several reasons to support my argument. There are numerous references to Christmas in the film. As I mentioned, it takes place on Christmas Eve at a holiday party. In addition, there are Christmas lights, Christmas music, Christmas trees. Wrapping paper is featured toward the end of the movie. It snows in the movie. When McClane takes out a terrorist named Tony, he puts a Santa hat on his dead body and sends it down the elevator along with the message, "Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho." There are actually over 20 references to Christmas in the movie. The typical argument saying that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie goes something like this and leads to the second part of my argument. Yes, the movie is set at Christmas and has a number of items associated with Christmas in it, but it just as easily could have been any other holiday or no holiday at all, and nothing would change about the plot. The movie doesn't need Christmas. This is a convincing argument. I would counter this argument with 6 main points. 1. Christmas is often thought of as a time of people reuniting. Ultimately, this is what happens in this film. McClane unites with his wife at the end. 2. Christmas is a time for those who have done good to receive presents, and those who have done bad to receive nothing or perhaps something like coal. In this sense, McClane is like Santa Claus. Instead of coal, he delivers metal in the form of bullets, for example lead, and maybe brass, copper, or steel. Now one could make the argument that Santa Claus is not violent or aggressive like John McClane, but Santa Claus commits millions of felonies every Christmas Eve. For example, 1 count of first-degree burglary for each residence he visits. That's really at a minimum. And he is very judgmental, even keeping a list of who is naughty and who is nice. Number 3, Christmas is a time to be surprised by presents. Many people seem surprised in the movie, like the stuff blowing up around them and bullets flying everywhere. They certainly didn't expect that from a holiday party. Number 4, Christmas is a time of insight, a time to reflect on the year and think about the person you want to become. John McClane is a reluctant hero who is flawed and far from invincible. He seeks redemption. In the end, he discovers what is valuable to him. Number 5, Christmas was the motivation for several people to be there in the first place at the Nakatomi Plaza, including John McClane and Hans Gruber. McClane was there to visit family, and Gruber needed the building to contain a relatively small number of people. Number 6, are there other movies that are considered Christmas movies that do not necessarily have stronger Christmas themes than Die Hard? If there are, that supports the idea that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I would say that there are many. 2 of them would be It's a Wonderful Life and Home Alone. Both movies occur at Christmas time, just like Die Hard, and both could have technically functioned if they were set in some other time. I would argue that the specific circumstances in Die Hard cannot be recreated easily using another holiday or no holiday. I think Christmas is part of the movie's identity. When you add in all the references to Christmas I mentioned before, it seems clear that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Those are my thoughts on the status of Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. As always, thanks for watching.